Christy. How you doing? So glad you joined me. So glad. Hi, Facebook. Listen, y'all, Instagram is down here. Facebook is up here. But Facebook, let me tell you what I just told Instagram. Today, we're going to talk about love making starts outside the bedroom. So, honey, you better tune in, call your colleagues, your friends, your family members, because we're getting ready to engage in some grown folk conversation. Hi, Christy. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. But I just want you all to know a little bit about me. For those of you that are new, I'm seeing some new faces. So my name is Suzette again, and I am your cycle-breaking, truth-telling, great love attracting, life coach and relationship solutionist who has one intent, and that is to help high achieving women redefine what makes them enough in life and in love so they can break the cycle of failed relationships and attract real deal great love into their lives. I'm telling you, at our age, because I'm over 40, and so my audience is primarily those who are over 40. But there are also some people who are younger who are saying, Suzette, we don't want to make the same mistakes y'all are making. So tell us some things so that we can avoid it, right? And so today, again, this is going to be some grown folk conversation. I don't want to just be one-sided. So if I'm saying something that's resonating with you, give me those thumbs up. If I'm saying something that you really love, show me the love. I love to see it. And I want to hear from you. If you like what I'm putting down, I want you to say something to me. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So let's get to it. Let's get to it. Love making starts outside the bedroom. Hi, I'm seeing some love coming up. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Facebook, for joining me. I'm trying something a little different. Usually I'm on my desktop, but I can't see y'all. So I'm like, no, I got to see my people. I got to see them. And so I'm doing a little bit of something different here. So hopefully you're loving it. Hi, Denise. Thank you for watching. Yes, indeed. We are going grown folk style. Because at our age, hello, we need to have some real talk, don't we? So this is REALationship TALK Tuesdays with Suzette. So that we can talk about those things that really, really matter in a way that resonates, right? So if you love what I'm saying, hey, thanks for asking, Bernice. I am doing great. I hope you're doing well as well. Yeah, I'm looking at Facebook here, Instagram here, and I'm just loving the vibe today. I hope everybody is doing great. But listen, some real talk. Because love making and sex, you know, we're old enough to know they don't all go together necessarily. But I just as well could be talking about sex. Starts outside the bedroom. So whether you want to call it love making or you want to call it sex, it starts outside the bedroom. And for a lot of us women, we kind of know it, but we kind of feel a little shy about relaying it. Hi, Kimberly. Relaying it to our significant others, to our lovers, to the people that we're in intimate relations with. And a lot of times we have to understand that, of course, men see it differently. So if there's some brothers who are tuning in on the down low, you don't want nobody to know that you're listening to me today, you're going to learn a couple of things, brothers. You're going to learn a couple of things too. So I am here, and again, Facebook, just in case you joined me late, I just want you to know that I am your life coach and your relationship solutionist. And I am a cycle breaker because so many of us are stuck in the cycle of failed relationships, aren't we? And so I break the cycle. And I'm a truth teller. I believe a lot of people are leaving some very significant details out of the conversation. And I tell the truth. I call it the way I see it. And I really believe in this day and time, we need some truth tellers when it comes to our relationships, because that's a big struggle for a lot of us, isn't it, ladies? Relationships are not easy, and we need people that are successful, that have the tools and the resources to let us know what we're doing right and some things that we need to improve in, right? So that's why I tell the truth. The truth set me free, and I know the truth will set you free as well. And then I'm a great love attractor. For too long, I was settling because that was the only thing I thought I could do. The people around me were doing it. And so what was modeled for me was settling, being upset about it, frustrated about it, complaining about it, but settling nonetheless, because we felt like that was the best we could do. We thought that was just how men were. And if we wanted a man, we were just going to have to put up with it. Am I talking real to you all? Hi, brother. Hey, Quentin. So great that you're joining me today. I love it when men join in, because that lets me know I'm saying something that the brothers are saying. Either they're saying, let me check out this woman to see what she's talking about, or they're saying, go ahead, Suzette, you talking real. So I look at it as that way, okay? So, but we need somebody to let us know that we can have great love. It doesn't have to be hood love. It doesn't have to be dramatic love. It doesn't have to be falling in love. It can be great love on your terms. And so with our Relationship Talk Tuesdays, we're getting clearer about what our terms are, right? And so let's talk about it. Let's go to the bedroom, shall we? Let's go before we get in the bedroom. Let's look at lovemaking. Let's look at sex. And I have to tell you all, my upbringing was not one where my parents talked about it. They did not talk about sex. My dad was he was so uncomfortable that he couldn't even say the words. He didn't even spell it. He just called it that thing, and he believed, and my mom believed it too, that you could not be friends with a man because that thing was going to always come up. Hi, Madison. Thanks for joining. So when it came to sex and all that, nobody really told me what was a healthy sexual relationship. So when the hormones kicked in and adolescence kicked in and all of that started happening, nobody told me how sex was supposed to work. They told me about body parts and how body parts worked, but they didn't tell me how sex, how lovemaking, how intimacy worked. I think my parents thought that if they told me about it, I'd want to go do it, right? But when you're younger and before you really understand the pleasure part of it, you look at all these things and you go, ew, I don't want to do that, right? But then, like I said, adolescence kicks in. And that's when those chemicals in our brain just start firing like crazy. They just start firing, and we're attracted and we're wanting to do things and we want to explore things. And because our parents aren't telling us anything, or what they're telling us is based on their experience, we kind of divert to our friends and our peers to kind of help us to figure out what's going on. And how many of you know your peers and your friends didn't know squat? They didn't know squat about true sexuality and sex and lovemaking. They didn't know. All they knew is they had a drive and they had an itch that needed to be scratched. That was it. That was it. And for us girls, it was, oh, he's so cute. For me, it was like, oh my God, the guy with the long lashes, right? Oh, with those killer lashes and that killer smile and those, oh, thick eyebrows, you know, the cute kind. Not the woolly mammoth kind, but the cute kind. That was what we were going on. We were just kind of going on what nature was stirring up inside of us. And how many of you know that just because nature stirs up something does not mean you know what to do with it? Right? I don't mind outing myself and telling you all. I didn't know what to do. And for a long time, even into my adulthood, I was very uncomfortable. I tried to act like I knew what I was doing. I tried to act like I was this mature woman that knew about things. But the truth of the matter was, I felt like such an imposter. I was scared that the guy that I was being intimate with was going to figure out that I didn't know what the heck I was doing. Right? And I bet you, and Quentin, you don't have to shout out to me, and we're going to keep your dignity intact. But I bet you there were men or young boys that didn't know what they were doing either. And they were trying to act like they knew, and they didn't know either. And so you got two people trying to do the act of sex, but not really knowing what they're doing. Or you think because it quote unquote worked with the other person that they were like, they were going through all that stuff like you were just really putting it on them. You think, oh, the guy probably thought, oh, I got this. So you're going to kind of do it on every girl or every woman. And if she does the same thing, you're thinking, oh, I got this thing right. And if we were to tell the real deal truth, my hand is the first thing to go up. My first sexual experience was just not good. It was not good. I will tell you the truth. I felt like I was being ridden like a horse. Eyes closed and he getting off on me. But then when he asked how good was it, I lied because I didn't want to hurt his feelings and I didn't want to seem like I didn't know what I was doing and that he would say something's wrong with you because this is supposed to feel good to you. And it didn't feel good to me. Am I talking real, y'all? It didn't feel good to me. But I was afraid to speak up and say something because I felt like I was not good at it. I had not had partners. Nobody told me how to do it. Hi, Patrick. Thanks for watching. Nobody told me how to make love. Nobody told me how sex was really supposed to work. Nobody told me. And so you got two people in bed lying to each other. I'm pretending like it's, thank you, Gwen. I'm pretending like what you're doing to me feels good because I'm afraid to tell you that it doesn't because it'll reveal that I don't know what the heck I'm doing. And I don't want you to think I'm an immature young girl. So I'm like, yeah, baby, yeah. And to keep it real, sometimes I could hardly walk because the person that did it didn't do it right. And they were so busy getting theirs that they hurt me. I told you, this is grown folks talking. I'm telling you, somebody needs to tell the truth. Somebody needs to tell the truth. And so I want to tell the truth so that we can remove the faking. So that women can stop with these headaches all the time. Because it's not working for them. And so they're afraid to really say, this isn't working. Right? And then I'm sure some of you brothers, nobody taught y'all what to do. So it's not even a reflection on anybody. It's just two people going on, chemicals firing in our brains, making us want each other, but neither one really knowing what to do. So you start playing with knobs. The fellas think, well, if I play with this long enough, ooh, and it makes her feel good, okay, that gets her ready. So I'll play with this knob up top, and I'll play with the knobs down at the bottom, and I'm hoping that I'm doing it in a way that's going to make her feel good and excited, and then we can do it, if they even do it. And I got to say this too, y'all, because I'm getting down to it, because I'm talking about it. What you see on TV, I can always tell when it's, okay, y'all might not like me, but don't throw nothing at me. This is just me talking, okay? And in my world, I'm thinking, I got it. But, okay, I'll ask it like this. Is there anybody besides me that when you look at these movies on TV, you say to yourself, oh, yeah, a man put that sex scene together, or a man put that scene together, right? Because it's like, she's just so wanting him so bad that she's just hot and ready. And her body parts and everything is lubricated and everything is right. And so they're thinking, oh man, we do it on the steps. Oh man, we do it on the bed. Oh man, we do it on the floor. Oh man. And he's just going boom, boom, and boom. And she's going, ah, ah, ah. And then I'm like, oh yeah, a man did that one. Because and I can tell the ones where women have done it. Because a lot of times when it's women doing it, hey, Michelle, thanks for watching. I'm going in. This is grown folks. So if you got children around, you might not want to have them on this one. Because I'm telling it like it is. Then when it's ones where the erotica or the sex scenes or the intimacy are women, I can always tell. Because there is an energy and synergy that makes you feel something. It's the touch, it's the look, it's the eyes, it's the and the smoldering, it's the flirty, it's the sexy. And I'm like, yeah, a woman did that one. It's the way he caresses her cheek. It's the way he nibbles her lip just so. It's the way he holds her waist and oh, I'm like, oh, yep, a woman did that one. Right? So now that I've set the stage, you probably got y'all going, oh God, is she really going there? Yeah, I am. Because there are men and women out here who really love each other, who really care about each other, who really want it to work. But the lovemaking ain't hitting. And so then they come to me, the women, and say, well, I really love him and everything. And it's like, okay, well, how is the sex? Well, it's not that great, but he's a good man. And we're justifying not being courageous enough to ask for what we want in a loving and caring and honest way. Just like you talk about other things, that you talk about the lovemaking and the sex, and it's nothing personal. So if there are any men that are listening to me, it is not personal. To me, it's just like when I was learning how to play the piano. The keys and everything work if you know how to play it. It's nothing against the piano. We've got the tools and the resources to have a very pleasurable experience with each other. We do. We have the tools. We have the resources. Our Creator made sure that we have all that we need to have a very pleasurable experience. So we have it. But somebody made us think that being honest with each other in the bedroom is saying to the man, you ain't doing it right, so let me tell you how to do it. And it's not true. And then the woman, because she doesn't want to hurt the man's feelings, is suffering or just trying to get through it, though she really loves him. So now you've got people who are in love with each other, and they can laugh and have fun and raise children and do all these things together and be honest about it. But in the bedroom, honesty goes out the window. And that's not the way it's supposed to be. So let me get to a couple of things that I have found out. And let me tell you something. I did not find them out because I read a book, even though reading books is helpful, right? Or because I had people around me who told me how to do it. This was on the job training, right? And it was also getting to the point age-wise where you just don't, you get tired of faking. You get tired of faking and causing that person who is pawing all over you, he's going to other women feeling he's really doing a great job. And the truth is, maybe he is with her, but all women are not alike. We have the same parts to manipulate and play with and all these wonderful fun things that you fellas love to do, but we're not alike. And I want to set somebody free today that it does not mean that something's wrong with you. It's just like anything else. You learn what works for the two of you. But you got to be able to communicate in a way that doesn't make the other person feel offended or feel defensive. So if we can take our egos out of it, there can be some great lovemaking going on, children. Cheerings, as they say. Some great lovemaking can be going on. Some things that put that little sway in your hips, bounce in your step, that show a wiggle, make you feel good all under. I'm telling you, where you both grinning like chess cats, like my daddy used to say, grinning like a chess cat, and it's really good. So one of the things that I've learned where lovemaking starts outside of the bedroom is one of the things before I even was intimate with my husband that was already so good is we were so good at flirting. Oh my God, he was the greatest person to flirt with, and he made me feel flirty. You know, where if I would say something to him, and ladies, I'm telling you, flirting can set a mood better than candles and wine. And fellas, if I'm talking good, you can feel free. But a lot of us have forgotten how to flirt. We have forgotten how to flirt. And honey, that flirting thing, where you can use those eyes like you know how to use them, and you can do your lips the way you just kind of, you know how to do. You see me doing it. Well, you just flirting. It doesn't always have to be cleavage showing. You know, it's just that way you just have of looking at him. You know, or when he does something, or the way you just kind of subtly bump him a little bit in the kitchen. You know? Or you're like, babe, that looks good on you. Like, You see, look, listen. Wait, no. But back up, because you looking too good, man, and you got to go to work. So hey, we know how to, ladies. Don't forget your flirt. I think so many of us have been so socialized by this world to go for ours. And it's wonderful to go for yours, to go after your dreams and to do all these kind of things. But don't forget your flirt, though. Don't forget the little subtle lip bite to the side. Or to put your foot on his while you're watching TV. Or to just say, through the commercial, I just gotta kiss you. I just got to. It's like, cause you're just so yummy, honey. Come on over here. Y'all, flirting. That starts outside. Okay, I'm getting help. Thank you. It starts outside the bedroom. Many of you have forgotten how to flirt. You have allowed the normal rigors of life to take the flirt out of you. And that flirting starts outside the bedroom. And it starts not just when you want some, but it's because you see that person and it becomes something that just becomes a way that you are in the relationship, that you just know how to flirt or that he's doing something. And part of my flirting with him can be feeding him my food or letting him lick it off my fingers, or he's got a little drizzle. And I say, oh, wait, I got that. And I just kind of slow kiss it down. Come on, y'all. Flirting starts outside of the bedroom. And if you get that flirting, you keep right on that flirting, by the time you're ready to do it, you are already on and popping, right? And you flirt during the lovemaking. It's not just about manipulating body parts, but you're still flirting. You just took the flirting into the bedroom with you. In your flirting as you undressing each other or as you're doing it. Oh, Lord. I know my husband's going to be like, oh my God. But part of my flirt with him is, baby, you wearing too many clothes. We got on too many clothes, babe. And you do it. And it doesn't mean you're going to have sex tonight or tomorrow night or whatever. But as you get older, let me tell you something. As you get older, if you cultivate these skills early on, it will help you as you get older. And ladies, hot flashes are real. Sometimes you don't. It's just too hot. It's just too hot. You don't feel like it. You're going through fatigue. You're going through changes in life. You're taking medications that might make your libido fluctuate. As you get older, things are a little stiffer than they used to be. And I don't mean in a good way. I know there's some men out there that say, honey, come on. Stiff is good. So women out there might be saying that too. But I mean like your muscles and your joints. And maybe you can't do it the way you used to do it, the same way you used to do it when you were younger. But if you already have learned how to flirt, right? Another thing I wrote down is the physical touching. So some of you all, you're uncomfortable with physical touching. For those of you that are single, if you were raised in church like me, I was afraid to physically touch because sex being wrong was put in my brain so much going to church when I was younger that I was afraid if he touched me in the wrong way or in the right way that I wouldn't be able to resist. So I just kind of stayed away from the touching thing, or your parents might have said, good girls don't, bad girls do. And so there are all these things going in your head because you don't want them to think you're easy. And so you kind of get stiff, you get kind of uncomfortable because you don't know where the touching is going to go, and you don't know if you can trust yourself. And so you don't want to start nothing because you don't want to have the walk of shame again because you fell into a situationship, or you fell into a friends with benefits. So you just don't quite know how to trust your body, and you don't want him to start touching you in certain ways because you made a promise to yourself that you weren't going to do it no more. But touching is part of lovemaking outside the bedroom. And it doesn't have to always be deep throat kissing or touching erotic zones. Your words can touch. Your words can touch. You laying your head on his shoulder can touch. Like I said, you kind of rubbing your feet on his is touching. Touching is stroking the person's face. Touching is holding their shoulder. There's something that I love that my husband does. Is when we're getting ready to go somewhere and we're going out, he guides me my waist. He'll put his hand on my waist and guide me in. Woo, girl. And fellas, listen, I love it when he kind of guides me in. Oh, touching, like I said, feeding the food. Listen, I don't want this to get too long, but anyway, touching. Another one is humor, laughing. Oh my God, a good old laugh. Oh, being able to joke with each other, tease each other. Oh man, that is super great. That is absolutely wonderful. That starts outside the bedroom. That's making love too. The humor, the fun lovingness, that which goes right into playfulness. How many of you know how to play with each other? That you know how to play, and I don't mean board games. That you're still playful. We're playful. And you bring that playfulness into the bedroom. It doesn't have to always be locked and loaded on an orgasm. The good thing about being married is, you know, if you don't have one tonight, you can have one tomorrow night. It doesn't become that big of an issue because you know that person is accessible to you. Or if you're in a committed relationship, you know that it's accessible to you. So if things don't quite hit, because they don't quite hit all the time, every time. Sometimes you're tired. Sometimes you're almost there and then your knees give out. You know, sometimes it's so many things that can happen. And having that laughter, that sense of humor about it, right? It takes the pressure off. The friendship kicks in. The love for each other kicks in. And you're like, babe, you know what? When you did that, I was like, what is he doing? What is he doing? You know, and he'll be like, I was just trying something new. I'm like, yeah, okay, well, and we can laugh about it. We can laugh about it, right? Because we're friends. And we know our bodies are still there. And we know that they work. And when you're friends, you can say, oh, baby, oh, that's so great. That's so great. But if you kind of move it in just a little bit, oh, yeah, man. Come on, yeah, man. Oh, man. Wow, right? You can do things like that because you got the humor. You've got the laughter. And one thing that I'll say, and I don't want to make this too long, but it's seeing your lover through the eyes of someone who truly, truly adores them, right? When they know you adore them, that you've got their backs, They know it. They know they can trust you. They know it. That's a lovemaking that starts outside the bedroom. It's very hard to give your body to somebody you don't trust. It's very hard to give your body to somebody that you feel like didn't treat you right earlier. Hi, Mamie. Hi, Maybelline. Thank you for joining. Lovemaking starts outside the bedroom. That's why it's so hard. And I get how the intensity can lead to sex when you've had a knockdown, drag out argument. But who has time to have a knockdown, drag out argument to have that throwing clothes off of you sex? Listen, I'm getting too old for that stuff. It's so much better when you know that person is someone that you trust. You trust them with your heart. You trust them. Then it doesn't have to be that we got to get into an argument before I want you and you want me. And now it's more animalistic and it's not lovemaking anymore. It's just sex. And I would dare say, if you need to have an argument, a knockdown, drag out to get in the mood to have sex, I got the name of a good therapist. I got the name of a good therapist, you know, because for me and for the women that I coach, we want somebody who is kind and loving with a little bit of a wink. That you know you're kind and you're loving, but you also know how to be a little naughty too. But it's naughty with us. It's our own little way of communicating in a way that works for us, right? And I'm telling you these things because I wish somebody had told me. I wish, Stephanie, I wish somebody had told me. Then I would have taken myself off the pressure. And the other thing that I will say before I end this is, that's why I always recommend, as much as lies within you, is to not get sexually involved too quickly. Because you don't know whether this person is trustworthy yet. You don't know it. And you've given your body, you've given your vulnerability, you've given these things to somebody that you don't know if there's longevity there, especially if that's what you're looking for. And the people that I coach are looking for something real. They're not just looking for a good lay. They're not just looking for a Friday night date. They're not just looking for a +1. They're looking for something real. And lovemaking, though people don't talk about it in the way that I'm talking about it, is very essential in an intimate relationship. You have to know how to make love outside the bedroom. I remember my mom shared with me one time that one of my family members shared with her that lovemaking is how you pass him his fork. You'll get that in a minute. It's how you do it. The lovemaking is in the how you do it, not so much the end game. I believe if you're making love all the time in how you all are with each other, then the bedroom part, you're bringing it into the bedroom. You don't leave the lovemaking outside. Now in the bedroom, it's just locked and loaded sex, sex, sex. So all we did outside, now we leave it outside, and now it's just technical. No, it is how you pass that person the fork, how you say thank you, how you remember things that are important to them, how you know my husband knows what I like. And so whenever he brings it to me and surprises me with it, he's making love to me. Love making starts outside the bedroom. I hope I have given you all some juicy nuggets that even as you are going from here, I hope it opens up a dialogue for you and your beloved. And even the dialogue isn't, baby, let's talk about sex. I don't know how well that'll go over. But just getting back to the things that made you all grow to love each other in the first place. The thoughtfulness, the kindness, the flirting, the appreciation, the surprising. Whenever I cook dinner, and one of the things that my husband knew before he married me was my cooking meals every day was over. When my son went to college, I graduated. And I said, I am not going to be cooking meals every night. That's just not where I'm at in my life right now. And so he does most of the cooking. I don't take that for granted. I'm like, baby, thank you. Thank you so much. But then when I do cook, and he's like, oh, baby, this is so good. I'm like, I want you to taste the love. I put a lot of love in this. I put a lot of love in this, right? So you have your own way of communicating, and it's all lovemaking is respect and regard. It is. It's how you touch their cheek. It's how you look in their eyes. It's how you say thank you. It's how you're thoughtful. It's how you're forgiving. Lovemaking isn't being, I am sick of your shorts being on the floor. You a grown man. Can't you pick your shorts up? That ain't lovemaking. That's not lovemaking. And I feel like it's an art that many of us have not been taught how to make love. And really it's how to be loving. That's really what it comes down to. How to be loving in a way that your partner appreciates it. They feel their dignity is intact. Right? They feel like that's true for them. Now, I'm giving you what works for me, but you have to find what works for you. But I always say, though, respect, kindness, and dignity will take you much, much further than just the mere chemicals. Because as you get older, lovemaking is going to continue even when you cannot be as sexually active as you were before. The lovemaking is what continues. I had to figure out that thing out because I used to wonder why people that were old, why the man would still look at his 75, 80-year-old wife as if she was the best thing since sliced bread. And I get it. They figured out how to make love. Even when their bodies couldn't do the things that they used to could do in their youth, they learned how to make love. And it carried over. And he still looks at her like, if I was younger, I just wish I was younger. And she's going, oh, you just stop, Bill. They learned how to make love all along. So I hope that what I shared with you was really great. If you were looking for techniques and positions, I don't know. Maybe that might be another one. But I wanted you all to know that good lovemaking. Some of you all are younger than me. Some of you all might be newlyweds. Some of you all might be. I want to share these things with you so you can have some longevity. Some longevity in this here thing. And I'm just so grateful that I learned, even though when it came to sex, I was dumb as a box of rocks. I was pretending. I didn't know what I was doing. I just didn't know. But I just hope that you all will have gotten something really rich out of this. And let me know in the comments. I saw a couple of them when I was talking. But let me know in the comments, those of you that listen to the replay, let me know if this helped you and if this kind of gives you something to work with. Listen, don't be afraid. Sometimes you feel like because you don't feel the same way that you used to feel, that you're falling out of love, that, things are, oh, the honeymoon is over, the thrill is gone, oh no, I'm losing my husband, and he's thinking he's losing his wife. No, it just is an opportunity for you to discover each other in a new way. And so tell me in the comments what you thought and everything. And hey, tune in next week for another Relationship Talk Tuesdays with Suzette, where we're going to talk about something else that we wish somebody had told us before we thought we knew better. So have a great day, and I'll see you on the other side, okay? Love you all.